The boss bot is back. Transformers, War for Cybertron, Kingdom, Voyager class, Optimus Primal. Today on World of Stuff. Yes, boys and girls, we're back at Beast Wars. Although apparently they're doing something very strange by having it be part of this War for Cybertron line instead of having it be set in the future, so don't know how well that's going to work. Especially given how the fiction has been a little bit hit or miss. Mostly miss. Anyway, we do have a very nice guerrilla mode for Primal here. Very, well, a lot more accurate than some of the other attempts. Now, here's where I would be pulling out like either the original Beast Wars line or the Cybertron one. But I don't have any of those. What I do have is the Takara Legends convoy. Beast convoy, anyway. And, well, yeah, you can kind of see a difference there. Even with the advances in technology, it's still a little bit goofy. Although, they both have very large bottoms. Yes, indeed. Now, with the Kingdom line, they do have these sort of holographic cards. Here we have what is likely going to be the one that many people are going to see of Optimus Prime. Standing heroic and all that loveliness. And here we have him kind of floating dead in space. There's some Cybertronian writing on it. Now, I'm not going to take this sticker off completely because, well, that we don't know exactly what's going to be happening with these cards. But I'm saving mine. And, well, we'll see what happens. And here we have a picture of the gold disc. The golden disc, anyway. That was so imperative to at least part of the first season of Beast Wars. If that excites you. Now, as for articulation in the guerrilla mode, it's kind of, well, a little funky. But it is possible you have at least a knee that can go up or down. But mostly that's just because of transformation itself. The arms can move around here. There's even a butterfly joint to accommodate little inward and outward movement. We'll get into that a little bit later with the robot mode. Head can move a little bit. Oh, that's grumpy face. And yeah, the shoulder cannons are kind of hidden there. But at least there are decent slots for the for his swords there. So that's always nice. Anyway, moving on to transformation. Bet you can't guess how this works. Never in a million years. Anyway. Lift up the butt flap, turn it around. Then we'll fold it up in a little bit here. Come to the back. Twist this part around. Also, because it makes things a little easier, twist this head around. Makes things just a little bit more compact when you put everything back. Twist around this front of the chest for the other chest. Make sure everything is compacted here. There we go. And we fold this in. There is a peg right here. Peg hole right there is for that. Beautiful. Okay. Fold this part. Twist the waist. Fold in. I'll actually fold out these. Okay, I guess you don't actually do that. Let's fold down these parts for the feet. Put this part down. Lift up for his epic shoulder pauldrons. Up. A little tight on mine, but that's not a bad thing. And in a remarkable point of genius, you can actually move the hands, so he doesn't always have those arm curling hands. And, well, there we go. Optimus Primal, robot mode. As for his swords themselves, they can either go into these pegs right here, or if you are so inclined, and you can open up his hand, you can have them go into there. So that looks about right. And yes, he does have the forearm cannons, just have to push them out. Okay, there we go. Like so. Now, unlike the original version where it just had one set of guns, I think it only had one set of guns, hard to say, but didn't have the toy out to check other reviews. But yeah, 2 sets of forearm guns. In another part of the arm there would be stashed the mace, which he does not come with, nor does he have that mutant mask. But if we come back to here, we can get these shoulder cannons out eventually. There we go. Pull that back in, pull those down. Shoulder cannons. And yes, there is some molding for, so no, it should be molding for those. Maybe not. I thought there was molding here for his prime jets, but it would appear not. I guess you can just kind of pretend anyway. It is a toy after all. Okay, looking at the back of this one, I see where I thought the prime jets were supposed to be there, but they're not. They're just on the car version. But he does still have the cannons that don't come out nearly far enough. But neither does he have the mace nor the mask, so I can't get too upset about that. And obviously the cannons are a little bit more ostentatious on this one than this one. But these also are an absolute pain to get back into the beast mode, so there we go. One thing they do share, however, is this rather floating elbow. Not much I can do about that, but it's going to be a sticking point for some people. I just know it is. I've been in this game long enough to know that that sort of thing will get stuck in people's craw. Moving on to articulation, the head is on a ball joint. We have that aforementioned butterfly joint along with a mushroom hinge joint for the shoulder, bicep swivel, floating elbow as mentioned earlier, and rotating hands. Waist rotation, obviously since it's because of the transformation, but it's still nice to have that again. So now, pinball, stem rotational joint on the hips. No thigh swivel, very peculiar but very effective knee joint. Now the thighs do rotate outward but not inward, but you do get pivot on the ankles. So there is possibility to be had, and you will be able to find it fairly easily. Okay, so wrapping up here, this is a pretty decent version of Optimus Primal here. So if there's room in your heart for this type of prime and shelf space, because, well, that's always a bit of at a premium, this is not a bad choice, provided you don't already have the masterpiece. Anyway, I am the Deceptiwolf. This has been Kingdom Voyager Optimus Primal, and I bid you good night.